If you're needing a little bit of cozy inspo as to what to do this fall, look no further. My favorite time of year to create content, consume content, all the things is the fall. And so I'm a sucker for these videos, and I hope that you enjoy this one as well. Hello and welcome back to the Hot Mess Habits podcast. My name is Victoria Harder. I'm your host. I am a mom, wife, business owner, podcaster, and I talk on here about all things productivity, creativity, hobbies, and probably we'll start talking more about my home because we are recently first-time home buyers and we're expecting baby number 2. So I just chat about a lot of things on the internet, but this podcast specifically talks a lot about wellness and productivity and how to make that approachable for your everyday life, whether you are like a mom, a student, a busy entrepreneur, someone with ADHD, someone who has a lot going on. Welcome to the club, okay? Today, we're just going to dive right in and talk about what I'm going to be doing this fall in terms of just like fun bucket list style items. My last episode was all about like how to reset for the fall. So I did a really big deep dive in like my habits and my routines and how to reset for the fall and all of that. Today, we're just going to be talking about the fun side, okay? I do wish that I was sipping a PSL right now, but we live now like, I think the closest Starbucks is probably like 35 minutes away. So it's a little bit of a trek, okay? So I have my matcha here today, but I will be going to get a PSL tomorrow, okay? Okay, the first thing that I want to do is to do family photos this year, and I want to get in the rhythm of doing this every fall. I feel like now that we have kids, it's just like, okay, we're doing family photos in the fall. This has multiple layers for me. First of all, I like grew up doing family photos every fall as like when I was a kid. And then also last year, the last couple of years, I haven't been very organized with it. So I've just been kind of like, oh, maybe we'll do photos, maybe we won't. And then I think both years with Theodore, we've just done them like literally in November. And it's always too cold. The leaves are already like fallen. And it's also just like so close to Christmas time and stuff. Like it just gets way too chaotic. So this year I'm like, okay, no, I need to organize this. I want to actually plan out like what we're going to wear. I want to make plans with our photographer and like figure things out in advance. Okay. So I want to do that. I also want to be able to send out Christmas cards this year. I've slowly been doing Christmas cards. Okay. I've tried many years. I don't think I actually mailed any out that last year, but we did like hand them out to people that we see in real life. This year I want to actually like put them in the mail. So that requires us taking a family photo like in October so that we can have time to get the photos back, pick the photo, order the card, write the card, send the card. I'm so excited to do that. So that is one thing that I want to do for sure. Okay, the next thing is I'm very much leaning into like my cozy homemaking era with now owning a home. It is actually crazy how much I like actually want to like take care of our house and like cook and bake and like do all the things. So that's definitely a big goal of mine is just like cooking really cozy meals, learning new recipes, baking. I want to make baking part of my more regular routine because baking to me always kind of feels like a chore, something that I have to do. It's like so messy. I feel like I make a mess every time that I bake. So I want to get better at like more intentionally baking where I have recipes that I can do that are like easy, as well as make sure that I'm doing a better job at like cleaning when I bake, because I hate at the end of baking how my kitchen is just like there's like flour everywhere. It's so messy. One thing I've been trying to do this week, I started doing this, which I think is going to help, is like measuring my ingredients first and then putting everything together, which I think that will help. It uses a little bit more dishes, but I think that will help because I think one of the things that I struggle with is like going back and forth between like the recipe and then like, okay, wait, is it 5 cups of flour or is it 3? And then like, anyways, I've been trying to do that. So getting more into like baking. One thing I love, love, love for the fall is cinnamon buns. I want to every weekend in the fall, or not every weekend, well, most weekends, I want to make cinnamon buns because I just love cinnamon buns and they're so cozy and just there's nothing better than a homemade cinnamon bun. So it makes the house smell so good. So I want to do that. The next thing I want to do is to bring my hot coffee outside. I've been in my hot coffee era, and I really want to be just like take my morning coffee and go outside whether that's just like out on our little deck or go on a walk with it, but like bring my actual mug and go outside. I feel like during this time of year, I can so easily just like want to stay inside all the time. So I want to try to push myself to be like, okay, no, I can take my hot coffee in the morning, go on a little morning walk with my hot coffee. Okay, I really want, this is another like photo op moment that I want to do, and I really want to go apple picking this fall. I feel like, oh my gosh, there's just nothing. I do love a pumpkin patch, but I feel like there's just something even better about apple picking. I just think that, I don't know why. The apple picking sounds so fun and romantic and just so cute with like bringing our toddler and like letting him like climb up on a ladder and like pick an apple. And again, what a cute photo opportunity. So definitely want to find an orchard that we can go to for that. I also want to do a picnic outside. I only really ever think of picnics as like a spring and summer activity. But this year I'm like, okay, I feel like it would be fun to like get a bunch of blankets, wear a cozy outdoor outfit, bring like snacks in a thermos. Oh my goodness. I haven't used a thermos since I was like, I don't know, a kid, but like filling up a thermos with like tea or hot chocolate and then bringing that outside somewhere and having a picnic. Oh my gosh, that just sounds so cozy. And I really want to do that. We've never really done anything like that. And I don't know why. So this fall, I want to do that. I also want to make a spot in our backyard that we can have bonfires. We do have like, I don't know what the fire ban situation is, like if they're going to lift it or not, but even if they don't, if we can't have an actual bonfire, make a little area that we can have a propane fire with a blanket in the evening. I feel like that would be so cozy for like Levi and I to put Theodore to bed, be able to go into our backyard and have a fire in the fall. Like, oh my gosh, that is peak fall to me. Okay. I want to continue. This is, I guess, goes along with baking, but I really want to get better at my sourdough. I've been doing sourdough. I started doing sourdough for like a couple months when I was first pregnant. And now I'm picking it back up again now that I'm like feeling better and not nauseous. But I feel like I can make a basic loaf, but I feel like I'm struggling with just like figuring out the like more specific things. So like, I feel like my sourdough is a little bit too sour for me. I'd like it to be not as sour and acidic. So I need to work on that, like figure out how to make it like that. I want to get better at doing inclusion. So like putting in like doing like a cheddar jalapeno, and like I did do a pumpkin loaf the other day and that was really good, but getting better at doing it so that it tastes a little bit better because I'm finding mine a little bit sour. So just refining and perfecting my sourdough. I want to do one weekend away and then host people for one weekend. So for a weekend away, I think Liv and I are going to go to Vancouver and do like a fall weekend in the city, which I feel like will be really fun. And then I also want to host some of our friends here for some weekends. And on those weekends, I want them to be, because there's not like a lot to do here, I really want to make them like super cozy, have like games and puzzles and like good, cozy, warm food, and just have that experience be like very cozy fall vibes. And again, maybe we'll do a fire with them and everything. But yeah, I want to host and I want to go away. And I also want to actually decorate our house for Halloween. I'm not a huge Halloween person. Like I'm very much like a fall girl. I'm not like a like really spooky Halloween girl, but I do like I like it. And it's very like nostalgic, but I'm definitely like the week of Halloween, I'm into it, but I'm not like, I don't know. But this year I do, because we've always been in a basement suite, so we've never like handed out candy or done anything like that. So I'm so excited because this year we could actually like hand out candy at our place. So I want to decorate our house. So we'll carve pumpkins, and then I also want to get maybe like some lights or like I saw these who posted this? Oh, Claire Necessities posted like these pumpkin, those like pumpkin trick-or-treating buckets. Like so it's like an orange pumpkin with a handle. She took those and hung them on her outside tree with like a light inside. I feel like that would be really cute to do in front. We have like kind of like a long walkway leading up that's like covered. So I feel like putting pumpkins up along there would be so cute. But I definitely want to do something with the outside of our house to decorate for Halloween because we've never been able to do that. So I'm very excited about that. Also on the bucket list is to do some type of family costume. We usually do something. I feel like I've been always pretty late with figuring that out. So this year I want to be a little bit more organized. Honestly, I need to do that like today. Another thing that I want to do for the fall is just have my camera out more. I have been really trying to work on like my screen time boundaries and not being on my phone as much. But I do love, like as a photographer, I love taking photos and having those memories on like as a photo, having memories as a photo. So I want to make sure that my camera is like out and accessible and charged so that I can grab my camera and take photos throughout the day instead of always feeling like I need to be on my phone and take stuff on my phone. Okay, my next fall bucket list item is reading, okay? And yes, this can be a bucket list item because there is nothing more cozy than like romanticizing your reading, okay? What I have been doing, and I hope that I just continue doing this all cozy season long, is in the evening I have a heating pad, okay? So I have my heating pad that I plug into the wall, and then I have my blanket. I light a candle. I put a like cozy, I think it's like called Cozy Coffee Shop Jazz or something on Spotify. Have that playing, not on my phone, on like our little speaker. And then I light candles and then I read my book. And there's just nothing more cozy than that, okay? That is peak coziness. You could also do this in your bed, but I like to do this in my living room because it just makes me feel, I don't know why, I just love at the end of the day being able to like sit in my living room. I'm not quite like ready for bed yet. Like I'm not in bed yet, but I'm intentionally just like sitting out in the living room enjoying my book. There's nothing better. So definitely continuing that through the fall. I love having a pair of slippers in the fall. So I actually don't have them right now, but I love the Tasman dupes from Costco. My mom's just spraying mine right now. That's why they're not here. But I love those. I have these other ones from Costco. Having slippers for cozy season makes such a big difference. Highly recommend. If you don't have a pair of like home slippers that you only wear at home, get some. It's a game changer. I've started making tea in the evenings again, and that has been so nice, okay? I always forget how much I like tea and how much having like reading and having a cup of tea is so wonderful. So highly recommend. Actually go and like buy some teas that you like. Invest in maybe one like nice like loose leaf tea that's actually like good quality and you like, rather than just like, I don't know, the most basic tea. I like the basic tea too, but anyways. Okay, lastly, I want to do a little rapid fire of just like some media that you can consume to get you in the fall mood. When you have a good lineup of like good TV shows and movies and podcasts and all the things, music, things just feel so good. I feel like those are the things that just like really enhance your life. Not in like a, I don't know, I don't want to get too deep about this, but I just love having a good lineup of media, okay? So these are some of my favorites. Obviously Harry Potter. Harry Potter is like so like the academia vibes, the just it's all like dark and moody and it's just the best, okay? So I love Harry Potter. I love Fantastic Mr. Fox. The like animation style and everything in Fantastic Mr. Fox is just so cozy and warm and just like perfectly describes autumn. I love the Knives Out series. Sorry, not the series. I love the movie, the first movie. Everyone's like in sweaters. It is so cozy and, you know, it has that little bit of mystery, but it's not like a scary movie, you know? It's such a great show. I love The Blind Side. I love like a good football sports movie. Dan in Real Life. I watched Dan in Real Life for the first time, I think, last year. Again, the plot, questionable, but the vibes are amazing. Any type of like Nancy Meyers, I don't know if that's even a Nancy Meyers movie, but like any type of those like older movies that have like a big home that's just like cozy and filled with life are the perfect fall movies. I honestly love Frozen 2. It's like a Thanksgiving. I feel like at the beginning it's like Thanksgiving and it's just I love it. It's so cozy. I do love Gilmore Girls for the fall, but I'm way more of like a Gossip Girl person. So I love the like the New York City vibes, and to me that is more fall to me than Gilmore Girls. Both are great, but I definitely love Gossip Girl for the fall. Only Murders in the Building. I feel like this is such an underrated show. I don't hear enough about it, especially for how popular Selena Gomez is. I feel like this show, I don't know. I just feel like I don't hear people talk about it, but I love the show Only Murders in the Building. Again, it's like that mystery thriller type show. Not even a thriller. It's a mystery show, but it's not scary or I'm not really a scary movie type of person, but this show is just great. So highly recommend. I think that they have I don't know how many seasons are out right now, but definitely their first two seasons are amazing and very like fall vibes. This Is Us is also, I feel like, very like classic American type TV show, which those like classic American ones, I feel like really always lean into like fall and Thanksgiving, which make me think even more of fall. So great show, very emotional though. So don't watch if you're freshly postpartum. And then also the morning show, the new season of the morning show just came out and I love that show. So we'll be watching the new season. And then also, and then lastly, I love, this one's not really set in the fall, but I feel like any show that's like in, like this show is set in, I think in Ireland, Bad Sisters. And Also has a little bit of that like mystery twist. So definitely a good show for the fall, even I just finished the first season. With the fall every year, this is like my time when I get back into listening to like musicals, scores from movies, and jazz music. Okay, this is the time of year. If you are wanting to like dabble your toes into musicals, I definitely highly recommend getting into like listening to Wicked. If you didn't see the first one, it's still not too late. The second movie is coming out in November. Start consuming and listening to it now, and you will be so excited for the second movie to come out. Just listen to the soundtrack. I would recommend listening to like the soundtrack first, and then you can go watch the movie and just prepare for the next movie to come out in November. It is just so fun to be a part of, like, to be a fan of something. So definitely highly recommend. And I feel like this time of year, I just love that type of music. I always love Hamilton, The Greatest Showman, Les Mis, Into the Woods. All these are great musicals to start with if you're wanting to get into musicals. Definitely highly recommend. And then also I'll link the like jazz playlist that we've been listening to a lot, because I just love some jazz and some instrumentals in the fall. So I'll link those below. I hope this episode gave you some inspiration as to things that you can add to your fall bucket list. Okay, a few last minute notes that I forgot to mention in like a proper category, but I'm just going to throw it now before I end the episode. I also love having my nails done in the fall and winter. In the summer, I feel like I don't care as much because I'm like doing more things. I don't know why, but in the fall and winter, I love having my nails done. They're not done right now, but they will be. So I love doing press-ons. I really want to do some like dark nails this year, like the dark cherry, dark brown, that type of vibe. Want to get back into doing my nails, and I also want to dye my hair darker again. I dyed it last year, I think in December, and I'm ready for like the dark hair again. So need to get that done. And then lastly, I want to mention 3 of my favorite creators for the fall, and people whose content I'll like go back and watch their like previous year's content to get me in the mood for fall. So I love Zoella. Obviously, Zoella is like the queen of like cozy fall, winter, Christmas content. So anytime that I'm feeling like I need to be like inspired to get into cozy season, I will go and watch her older, because she sometimes, I don't know if she'll post, like I don't ever know if she obviously doesn't post as consistently as she used to, but I'll go back and watch her like older fall, like her going to the pumpkin patch, her doing fall things. And like the fact that like I just think that with Zoella, the fact that she is in like the UK, like her being in the UK mixed with the fall and just her whole vibe, like just everything about it's perfect. So I'll go back and watch her stuff. I also love Katy Bellotte. She has a lot of good, like, I just feel like her in the fall, she's a very like cozy comfort creator. So her content is always amazing. So I'll go back and watch like her older stuff. She also has YouTube. And then also Mary Skinner. I mostly just follow her on TikTok, but I just love her, like her vibe. She's like in Scotland. She has like dark hair. She loves the like dark, moody, and she's very much like a winter fall person. And so I like to follow people that like the winter and fall, because I feel like they just make such great content in the fall and winter. So anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I feel like I kind of went all over the place with the things that I am wanting to do this fall and trends I'm loving and all the things, and hope that this gave you some inspiration for your fall. Let me know what you're doing below. And if there's any other podcasts that you'd want to see, let me know and I will add them to the list. Thanks, guys. Have a great week.